Hey fam, welcome to another episode of Cooking with the Charleses. Today we're making one of my all-time favorites, smooth, creamy, delicious bread pudding. Let's do this. So here are our ingredients for this dish. Very simple. The only ingredients that I don't have out here are the thyme, the love, of course, that you have to put into this dish, and I didn't get the butter out. How can I forget the butter? You need butter for this dish. I'm using a French bread from Publix for this dish. Try to use a bread that's at least a day or a couple days old. It makes the dish so much better, I promise. So the bread is sliced up, put in a bowl, ready to go. We're going to put that aside and we're going to move on to the next step. I've got my pan on medium to high heat. I'm adding some star anise and then I'm going to let it come to a boil. So it's been brought to a boil. We're going to add our evaporated milk. To this recipe, I added 2 cans of evaporated milk. And then I'm also going to add a can of coconut milk. Now for the evaporated milk, it's really the star of this dish. It just adds a creamy texture to this dish that you just couldn't get with the regular milk. And the coconut milk just adds an extra punch of flavor. Absolutely love it. Now that I think about it, every time I go to the store to get some evaporated milk, the cashier always asks me what I do with it. I'm going to tell her next time to watch this video. Don't be afraid of evaporated milk. It's your friend. The next step is we're going to add the lime zest to our dish. That's going to be followed up with the vanilla extract. And then after that, we're going to add our cinnamon powder. And then following the cinnamon powder, we're going to go in with the sugar. Give that a good stir, and then we're ready for our next step, which is just to allow all those ingredients to combine and marry before we add the bread. About 5 or so minutes has passed at this point, and the milk is coming to a nice rolling boil. Careful, the milk is liable to rise and go over, so make sure that doesn't happen. We're going to get ready to add our bread, and just add the bread a little bit at a time and make sure that the milk is soaking into all of those bread pieces. Once all the bread is in there and the milk has been combined, you can go ahead and lower the temperature to a low medium so that the cooking process can just continue and all those flavors can marry with the bread. Once everything's been cooking for a good 10-15 minutes, that's when we can add our big heaping spoon of butter. And I just love butter in this dish. It just gives it that that lovely buttery flavor. The more butter, the better. This is a dish that's best cooked low and slow, so take your time with it. Make sure you're stirring well. You don't want anything to stick on the bottom. Does anyone else like to catch up on their shows as they cook? Right now I started this show called Bloods on Hulu. It's a British show. I'm not sure what to think of it yet. If you've watched it, let me know. Or if you have any suggestions, also let me know. At this point, we have 2 options. We can eat it out of the pan just like that, and it will taste wonderful, I promise. Or you can put it in a baking dish and bake it. I usually do it like this, though. I put it under the oven at 350 for about 15 to 20 minutes or until a nice golden brown. Here is the finished product. All you have to do is make sure that you allow time for it to set. So that should be an hour or 2, and it'll come out nice, smooth, and easy for you. Unfortunately for me, I couldn't wait for it to set, so I went ahead and had myself a slice. Now in my slice, I had added some walnuts and drizzled some honey on top. Oh, it just enhanced the flavor of this pudding. But you don't have to add anything special to it. If you've enjoyed this video, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and notification bell. We'd love to have you come join our family. And while you're at it, like and share this video. We'll see you next Wednesday, 7:30. Bye.